Hey guys, it's Mia Redrick here, the mom strategist, with part 2 of how to set your year up for success. How to set your year up for success. This is part 2. We're going to try this again. What I've covered so far is number 1, be intentional about your success, not emotional. All right. You need to check part 1. Number 2, you need to get out of your own feelings and listen. And listen, right? And know that no one has to sow into your dream to elevate you, all right? You got to listen, all right? And number 3, you need to take advice from people who are in a position to advise you, all right? If you want to create success this coming year. Number 4, take daily actions that support your progress. And number 5 is understand that domination is only for people who don't believe in abundance, all right? Who don't believe in abundance. That's what I've covered so far. And I stopped at number 6. That's where we are right now. Number 6, all right? Tithe, give frequently, and be generous, all right? And I was breaking this down for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me again. I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist. I support clients with life and business success. You can always check me out at miaredrick.com. Hey, Dr. G. Hey, Jermaine. Good to see you. And you know, the purpose of the scope today is just to support you with setting your year up for success. And these are just some of my personal favorite things that I know are so important. Hey, Latasha, I'm glad you came back. Tithe, give frequently, and be generous, all right? And then some of you heard the story, and that my son, hey there, darling, was saying to me, you know, have a blessed heart. And I find that so many entrepreneurs that whenever we're thinking about this notion of being generous, we make whatever we're doing about ourselves. And whenever we make whatever we're doing about ourselves, one of the things that we find is that we're not being generous, right? Because you know, I believe that we should give and it shall be given unto us. And so when we are successful at what we do, it's because we are giving to others. Hey there, darling. It's because we're giving to others. We're giving our talents, serving with our gifts, and really giving people what they truly need. And I find that so many entrepreneurs aren't where they aren't where they want to be, not because they couldn't be there. It's because they're not generous with their gifts and their talents. It's because they allow things that are not like their insecurities or their fears to direct what they're going to do, in opposed to really, you focused on really serving people with what they truly need based on what you know how to do. You know what? You wouldn't be thinking about your fears, right? So, you know, just think about that. I'll give you a great example. One of my clients actually hosted an event, had tons of people come out to her event, and she choked on the offer, right? So I was like, you choked on your offer. Why? And it was because she made it about herself. See, she made it about her own fears. She made it about her own, like, what if they're thinking about this? What if they said no? All of these things, instead of focusing on the people who had spent money to book a hotel, to, you know, come see her for a weekend, to, you know, come to her event. And she made it about her, not about, you know, making sure when they got home they had exactly what they needed. And that's what I mean about generosity and your gifts, that they go hand in hand, all right? The other component to me of being generous is edification. And one of the things that I've learned over the years is that people who have difficulty edifying other people, listen, that's not generous, all right? And so it doesn't take anything away from you to edify another person. And for those of you who are coaches out there who are building your own communities, I actually attract really great, and amazing people who get this. But those of you who are building your own communities and you really struggle to edify either the people in your community or other people who have taught you or supported you, your people are going to treat you exactly the same way. And you need to understand that. And I just want to break that down for those of you. Hey there, welcome to the scope. I just want to break that down for those of you who find it difficult to edify, to say something nice about, to share your results, right? Because let's be clear, this is how we all grow. Be generous, be generous. Now, today I'm teaching how to set your year up for success. I can tell you, yeah, that's worth repeating. Maybe I should repeat it, Latasha, because I think that people get this mixed up. If you want to set your year up for success, one of the things you've got to understand, particularly if you're in a role of leadership, is that, you know, edification is the sign of a great leader. When you can edify other people, meaning build other people up, say what other people are doing, that's great. people are attracted to that. And when you struggle with that, it's because you need to do some self-work. Like, you edifying someone else, you edifying someone else doesn't diminish you. I don't know why people get this twisted. I see this a lot with people who are in like the coaching industry, for example. You might even see it here on this platform Periscope, right? Where you've got coaches out here and everybody's got something they're selling, and, you know, they've got their own unique expertise. And, you know, if you pop on somebody's scope who is amazing, I have no problem saying, you know, this person is amazing or that person is amazing, because they are. And I don't feel like it takes anything away from me. But you'll find that when you're dealing with small-mindedness, they're territorial, and they believe that they cannot edify other people who are great also. See, secure people can do that. Insecure people can't do that, all right? Now, the only reason you would be insecure is because maybe what you're talking about not real. Because if it's really real, you have no problem edifying people that are great. See, greats hang with greats. Like, I'm not afraid of hanging with a giant. Hanging with giants makes me better, all right? And giants like to be around other giants. It's only though, if you operate from a tiny place, you can't hang with giants. It means you can't edify them either, all right? Because you're afraid they're going to take something away from you, or maybe, you know, you believe that you're just not that good, all right? Maybe you believe you're just not that good. I have no problem. I tell you guys all the time, when there's someone that I think is just amazing, which is frequently, I talk about my coach, Terry Levine, all the time. And you know, and the fact of the matter is, why? Because her models changed my life. And it doesn't diminish me as a coach to tell you about my teacher. In fact, it lets you know that, like, gosh, like, this was a great thing for me. Why would I not share that with you, right? So I just want to be clear about that. For this upcoming year, if you want to set your year up for success, edification is so important. All right, the next thing that I want you to know is, oh, this is so important, is number 7, lift weights and exercise. All right, that sounds kind of random. Lift weights and exercise, like, why? All right, if you want to set your year up for success, what you got to understand is that greatness requires stamina, okay? Greatness, I'm not even playing, okay? Greatness requires stamina. I mean, really, all right? And if you want to have an extraordinary attitude, you know, you want to enjoy being around your community, people who you are engaged with, you gotta work out. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta lift some weights. And I mean, really, okay? I like to lift weights. That's my thing. But I like to lift weights, but you gotta work out, because if you don't do that, you won't have the energy. Energetically, you won't be, you know, you won't be attractive or able to handle all that comes with greatness, all that comes with success. It takes energy. People require energy, okay? And that's what you got to understand. And you guys have, you know this, like, have you ever been around or in the company of someone that they had a great message, but they had no stamina? You know what I mean? They had a great message. You love them, but then somehow how you were interacting with them energetically, and you're like, but they just seem so tired or so dull or so uninspiring. They don't lift weights, right? They don't work out. I'm telling you, that's what it is. And a lot of times, right? I'm just telling you my list. I'm telling you my list is what I have to do in order for me to show up in the community with my people. All right. UFC and stand in the ring, right? Yeah. That's right. You've got to understand that the other part of success is having endurance, and sometimes that working out and lifting weights will give you the stamina to do those extra things you're going to have to do as an entrepreneur to really get the results that you want. And you got to be able to push yourself. And that's why I like lifting weights, particularly heavier weights, because what I find, well, heavy for me, but what I find is that sometimes there are things I don't want to do, but when you have a practice of bearing more than your share, then you can go the extra mile in your business. Sometimes that it will make a difference for you, all right? Whereas if you have no stamina and you get tired quickly, then you find the first little thing, the first reason for you to bail, you're bailing, right? Because you don't have stamina. And success does require that. It requires an extraordinary, attitude. I think sharpness, when you work out, you have a sharpness about you. Typically, you do better in business because you just look at things differently. You know what I'm talking about. And I just want to break that down. We're talking this year, frustrating that my exercise is the first to go when life happens. Absolutely. But the thing is, half the battle is knowing what it is, right? So you know what it is, create a system around it. We all fall, totally guilty as well. But let me just say that how to set your year up for success, you got to lift weights. You got to work out. And that's going to really help you in your business, be able to do those things, develop those small disciplines. So the thing about successful people is that they do things that other people are not willing to do. Your life and health has to come first. Your health is your wealth, Marcus. Your health is your wealth, all right? And so when you have the ability to make your body do things it does not want to do, you will have to do that as an entrepreneur. I will tell you. Entrepreneurship, successful entrepreneurship, is a journey of inconvenience. It is a journey of inconvenience. Doesn't mean that you won't like all of it, but it means that it is a journey at times. That's right. It's a journey of inconvenience, all right? And so you got to understand that, all right? The next thing is to understand, number 8, we're talking today about how to set your year up for success. The next thing is to know your worth, all right? The next thing that I've written down here is to know your worth, right? Is to know your worth, all right? And don't work below it, right? And don't work below it, all right? Or with people who want you to, or people who want you to work below your value, all right? So the next thing is know your worth, and don't work with people who want you to work below your worth, all right? And I want, let me just say this for a minute. When you know your worth, it's so important. It's not what they call you, all right? It's what you answer to. So one of the things that, if you want to achieve success in this upcoming year, that it's so important that you understand is who to and who not to listen to. One of my favorite, it's actually one of my favorite songs by Amy Grant, okay? Who to and who not to listen to, all right? Now, she says in the song something like, they're going to hit you from all sides. You got to make up your mind and know who to and who not to listen to. But I've applied it to life as well. And what that means is that when you know your worth, you know when somebody's saying some foolishness, right? You don't even need to respond to because they're not talking to you. You got to understand that whatever people are saying to you that's low vibration, that's not meant for you, they're not talking to you. They're talking to themselves. And when your self-talk is in alignment with where you are going, you can't even hear messages that don't connect to who you are and your outlook, all right? And so one of the things that I want to challenge you on this coming year is to truly know your worth. Because when you know your worth, you know what? It's like, it's not what they call you, literally, guys. It's what you are answering to. You're answering to things at a level of which you think about who you are. All right. And when things just don't compute, you want to just get to a place in your mindset, in your life, where some things just don't even compute, right? It's not what they call you. It's what you're answering to. And we answer to the things based on our understanding. So if you got to do is elevate your understanding, know your worth, right? So it's sort of like, if we're talking about as it relates to your business, right? We're talking about as it relates to your business. All right. Imagine that somebody wants you to work with you, and they're trying to hint about working with you, but they also are trying to hint about working with you, and they don't want to pay you. All right. Well, if it's not a language that you speak, it's not even anything you're going to address because it's irrelevant. It's not a conversation that you have, right? But if it is still a language that you're speaking, then you begin to have dilemma about it, right? You begin to experience some things around it because you're still communicating in that language, right? So one of the things that's so important is knowing your worth, investing in yourself this upcoming year so you can achieve the success that you want. And know your worth, and don't work with people that don't want you to fully value who you are, because it's just the beginning of problems. And I can tell you that people who really value you will never ask you to go on sale. So people that really value you, all right, that's clients, that's family members, that's the people at work, they will never ask you to go on sale because they fully value you, all right? So really, really important And it's an upcoming year to be unapologetic about your value, about your worth, about your expertise, about your talents and your gifts. And the reason that maybe you didn't hit your goals last year, or you didn't double the results, or you didn't hit the number that you wanted, it has nothing to do with anything other than you just didn't value your worth. You were willing to slice a price because you thought if you sliced the prices, that in some way you'd have more people to say yes to you, and it didn't work. And that's because you growing your business has nothing really to do with slashing the prices. It has to do with you honoring your worth and getting in front of people who really are in alignment with what you are offering, your right target audience, all right? And you got to know your worth in order to make that shift, all right? Because if you don't make that shift, then you're still trying to sell what you have on sale to people that don't value it to begin with, and it's really difficult to hit your goals like that. All right, so I hope this is really supporting you guys. Today, I'm teaching on how to set your business up for success. I'm truly learning a lot as a business owner. Awesome. How to set your year up for success. And I've covered so far 8 things. And I'm on number 9, how to set up your year for success. These are my personal favorites. And number 9, oh my goodness, I am so sorry, but this is so true, is you need to quit making your family, your wife, your husband, your kid, your children, your excuse instead of your reason for getting things done. Okay, listen, you need to quit that, all right? You need to quit telling people things like, I need to talk to my husband, and then you say for 48 hours, and you mean like 48 days, all right? Like, what's going on with you, all right? Like, why is that okay? Why is it okay to say? Why is that part of your logic and thought process? I mean, certainly I'm married to my husband all the time. I invested in 5 coaches, and I definitely communicate that with him, right? But I am not one of those that I'm just saying, okay? I'm not a person that's going to say, hey, I need to talk to my husband if I want to work with a coach and make a significant investment, and I'll be back in 48 hours. It doesn't take me 48 hours to talk to my husband. I mean, I talk to him throughout the day. And some of you guys are using your family members, your kids as an excuse so that you can keep doing the same exact thing over and over again, which is not committing and playing full out. And I just want to call you out. If you want to have success in this upcoming year, you got to change that. All right. And the thing is, you're not fooling anybody. Everybody knows it's a game, right? It's a game. And it's a game that you're playing with your life. You're not, you know what I'm saying? It's a game you're playing. I'm just over here listening until I can make the necessary. Look, Tommy, I got you. I know. And Tommy, let me just say, I can't wait to support you because you're on fire, right? I know. And it's going to be good. All right. So I'm not calling you out. This is not for anyone specifically. This is my list. All right. And you and I never had this conversation. Right. All right. But quit making your family. I know. Quit making your family, your husband, an excuse, and not your family a reason. The reason that, you know what, I work my business the way that I do is for my family because, I want to be there for them. I want to provide a safety net for them. The reason is I want to, I want my kids to get a great education. I mean, the reason is you know what? My husband's worked very hard for us. And the fact of the matter is, I don't want him to have to continue to work hard for us when I can fill in the gap. I got a way to do it very easily and very effortlessly, coaching. And I love that. I want to be there for my parents and be able to fill in the gap for things that they need and my kids in a bigger way to make their lives easier than my life was. So this is why I do what I do. They are not my excuse. Like, are you kidding me? They're my reason. And some of you guys have justified that excuse. I'm going to say excuseology, right? The excuse. You always speak my language. You totally get it, right? I'm just talking about what's real. You know what I mean, Latasha? Thank you so much. And Latasha, I love your voice. I think I told you this the other day, but I really love your voice. And I think in this coming year, one of the things that I'm going to push you on, I think radio would be a great platform for you. You've got a great voice. You got a great sound, and you got a great message. All right. All right. I'm going to challenge you on that. All right. So, and then number 10, hey, Karen, number 10, I'm talking today, Karen, about how to set your year up for success, right? How to set your year for success. Number 10, you need to reinvest back into your business and your life. So let me tell you why this is important if you want to have success. For a lot of you guys, I don't care how much you're making in your business. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I don't care how much you're making in your business, all right? I don't care how little you're making or how much you're making, but you got to reinvest back in the business. So a lot of times when people begin to profit in their business, make money in their businesses, they forget this. They forget this. This is so important. I reinvest 30% back into my business. Like, hey, again, first time catching you live and joining the Scope. Awesome. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome to the Scope. It's nice to virtually meet you. All right. And thank you guys so much for sharing with people so that they could come to the Scopes. If you haven't shared, please share on Periscope, Twitter, or Facebook so that other people can be there. Kizzy, you're here. Awesome. Okay, perfect. Thank you guys. So you got to remember to reinvest back in your business. And this is something I've always done. The different areas that you can reinvest back in your business. I definitely believe investing in your infrastructure is always like my top priority. What that means for me is that I'm going to invest in my, someone that can duplicate my time, right? So I don't believe that, like, I'm really not good. I'm not very technical, right? So anything that is above my, or below my skill set, I should say. Well, not below my skill set. It's just not what I know how to do. So let's say if I make my money coaching, I don't make my money typing in blogs, right? Putting blogs up or loading videos, things like that. And it takes me a long time to do those things, all right? So the reality is that anything like that, I'm really struggling at, that's not my strong suit. I'm going to find a way to get someone to duplicate me in that way so that I can focus on the money generating activities or the things that I can do in my business that no one else on my team can do. That means servicing my clients. Say my team can't do Periscopes. I have to do Periscopes. That's where I generate a lot of leads, right? And a lot of clients for my business. All right. So I'm going to do those. So my team then can load the Periscopes that I do because I'm not good at loading them. All right. So you want to be able to quantify the things that you do, and you really want to invest in your infrastructure because it makes you stronger. Like, I invest in, do I need someone to do graphics for me? That's right. Outsource those things so they're not in out gifting. That's right, Latasha. And a lot of times what I hear from women or men who are just getting started in businesses, I don't have a whole lot of money. It doesn't take a lot of money to outsource, but it doesn't take a lot of time. I started with as little as 4 to 6 hours a week. 4 to 6 hours a week, it will change your business. For Kizzy, for you, there's so much you can do with outsourcing because literally you could have someone that could do twice as many websites for you, and you could increase your capacity simply by outsourcing within your business. If you guys need to get a website done, you guys need to check out Kizzy. Kizzy, throw up your emojis so that they know where you are and what you're doing. She's one of my clients, and she's awesome. Mama of 5, beautiful spirit, amazing person. So reinvest in your business, right? So you want to invest in your mindset. You want to make sure you're reading some things that are going to change your outlook. You want to make sure you're investing in things where you're able to learn something so you can grow. Maybe you've got to go to Toastmasters because you need to be a better public speaker, or maybe you need to invest in sales training so that, you can learn to sell better. But the fact of the matter is reinvestment is key, but I invest always in my business, all right, and in myself. And I believe that is why I am successful in my business. I mentioned this a little bit earlier when I was talking about, focusing on self-mastery. To me, you can't focus on self-mastery without reinvestment. All right. So you're reinvesting in your infrastructure, you're reinvesting in automation, you're reinvesting in your systems, your models, things like that. These are the things that make your business stronger. I have clients that come to me and they make a lot of money. They might, they make a lot of money. They have no infrastructure in their business because they never learned how to reinvest in their business. All right. Welcome, Queen Lady Bugstar. All right. So, and then the last thing that I will share with you guys today is, How to Set Your Year Up for Success, number 10. And for those of you who are just joining me, you're going to have to catch the replay. This is part 1 and a part 2. All right. Part 1 and part 2 is a great scope. All right. How to set your year for success. You need to work with me. All right. You need to work with me. You need to work with me. You need to work with me. All right. And you don't have to work with me, but I do think that it's a really great way to be able to set your year up for success. If you're serious, if you are ready and you're at go, yeah, if you're at go and you're ready to get it done, then I'd love to work with you. And I will say, I definitely am for you if you are at go. That means that you're smart, you're sharp, you believe in self-investment, you're ready to get the thing done. Thank you so much for putting it there. And you've got talent and skill. You might not know what the product is or how to package this into a business, but I know that. I can support you with building that out for yourself, because that was me, all right? But I'm not for you if you're not at go. Like, if you're not ready to run plays, if you're not teachable or coachable, hey, Amy, then I'm not for you. After we say I do. Yeah, I love that, right? After we say I do, I love that too. Sounds like really cool coaching program also, right? So after we say I do, right? It's like, oh, you could totally see what that would look like, right? Like 6 modules after we say I do. The first chapter is on holding hands and talking about, what true intimacy really is and what consistent intimacy really is. And then module 2 would be, right, like module 2 would be something like kissing every day, right? And then talking about how, what are sweet nothings and how to make, how to kiss every day. And when you're married, like, to me, it's just the small things that become big things, right? Like holding hands builds a habit, right? After we say I do. And then kissing every day isn't necessarily kissing, but sometimes it's I love you, right? It's like a kiss or a kiss, right? Or things like that. And telling couples what that looks like after you say I do, because that's what they forget. Or, anyway. Okay, after we say, that's our Perry handle. I love it. I love that. All right, okay. All right, but anyway, but I'm not for you if you are not, you're not teachable, you're not coachable. You know what I'm saying? You're looking for someone to convince you to build your business. Not for you. I'm not. I'm really for that person who is a go-getter, who's a go-giver, who's ready to get it done, who's smart and sharp. A lot of my clients are professional women. A lot of my clients they have an expertise maybe in their soft skills. It might be like motherhood. It might be somebody like Kizzy that has 5 kids. I've had clients with as many as 7 children. So they've got different kind of systems that once they start to break down what they know how to do, they can package that and offer that to the world. You can create books, you can create courses, your audios, that you can sell. You can do continuity programs. You can sell with one-to-many models. You can sell to corporations. Maybe you're looking to do some media kind of things. I don't know, but that's what a lot of my clients do. The coolest part is everything that I coach my clients in, the way I teach them, is what I've done myself. So I don't teach my clients how to go on the road and build a speaking business, because that's not what I did to build my business. I do show you how to leverage and package your education and your gifts and your background to be able to sell it in one-to-many models, all right? And if that's of interest to you, then I'm for you. If you're interested in figuring out how you can take what you know how to do and sell it to people, being at home, okay, if that's what you choose, then I know how to do that, right? My background's corporate training, and I know how to package almost anything into a course. That's what a lot of my clients like to do. Over 600 clients I've worked with personally, and 113 of my clients are authors. And more than half of them are #1 Amazon bestsellers. And truthfully, their backgrounds are just amazing, right? I've worked with anyone from a colonel. I've worked with one colonel, literally. I've worked with PGA golf pros, pastors, lots of pastors, attorneys, lots of attorneys, chief of police. I have worked with one chief of police, believe it or not. Lots of doctors, lots of attorneys, lots of moms, stay-at-home moms who are phenomenal at what they do and looking to monetize in a completely different way. Nurses, I have several. You're a nurse, and Camille is a nurse. And I've had about 2 or 3 other nurses that I've worked with. A lot of professional women. And we're good at what we do. And they're looking to package what they know how to do to be able to sell their gifts to the world in many different ways. All right. And so that's what professors I have for. That's right. So share your professor. And then Dr. Fred is a professor. A lot of you guys know Fred. He has the book coaching business. He's phenomenal, by the way. And he's phenomenal, right? So that's right. So pretty diverse client base. But what they all have in common, they're smart, they're sharp, and they believe in investment, because that is definitely a prerequisite in working with me. All right. So if you're interested in working with me, you can either go to my bio, and there's a form there that you can fill out, an application, and we can set up a consultation for you. It's 20 or 30-minute consultation. I'll blow your mind, I promise. High value, but it is for you if you're serious. All right. And then, or you can always email me at mia@redrick.com, mia@redrick.com. All right. Are there any questions for me? That scope is done. Thank you so much. That scope is done. You know what? Periscope was trying not to let me say all of these things. It was a great scope, though. Fill out the app. Thank you. The consultation with Mia. Thank you so much. All right. Are there any questions? I know. Wait, what's going on with that? Periscope isn't loyal. That's so funny. I know there's a song about that, right? Or something, right? There's a song about that, I think. I don't know. But in any event, I'm not hip, guys. I just think I am. Periscope was trying to block your greatness. Yeah, was it? It was trying to do something. I think it was because of the scope. I think it was the titles, right? Because I had just gotten to the part on tithing and giving and being generous. And that's when Periscope was like, couldn't handle it. He just couldn't handle it. Couldn't handle the truth. Impossible block what God is doing through you, Mia. I appreciate you. Tell me your name again. I always forget because your handle, I don't remember your name. So tell me your name. All right. So if there are not any questions or comments about anything that I've said today, that's right. Hey, Andrea. That's right. I appreciate it. I love you guys. Oh, yes, the devil did not want to hear that, right? Yep. But too bad. You know what I mean? Too sad. That's how it works. All right. I love you guys. I want to thank you for your time. I appreciate you. Remember that your new year starts anytime you decide. And I know you're going to have an amazing year. And I'm excited. I appreciate you. And I love you. Have a great night. Okay. Bye. Bye, Sherry. Bye.